Well, fine, good evening, everyone. This is Patricia, and I am traveling for history. I'm in Burlington, Vermont, and you may recognize where I am, Lakeview Cemetery. Planning to do this section right here in front of us. Sunset is in about 20 minutes, so I should have enough time to do this section right here. I stopped because of those right there, but I'm going to start over here. We can all be tantalized at the same time. I will say it's a little chilly. It's 53 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know what that equates to in Celsius. I'm sorry. I can't do that conversion in my head. It's a fraction, like 5/9 or some 5/9 to multiply by, something like that. Can't do that in my head. But 32 degrees is equal to, Fahrenheit is equal to 0 degrees Celsius, so it's 53. I don't have a jacket on, and I have to say I'm feeling a little chilled. Anyway, I didn't plan well. So here we have, well, that monument there says Jones, Wellington. And see, Jones, Wellington. So this is Roy C. Jones. You know, he was 1886 to 1974. And let's see if there we go. My grandmother was born in 1892 and died in 1973, so I can kind of relate to this time period. Grandpa was born in, I think, 1886. When did he die? It was in the 60s. 65? Maybe it might have been 1965. Never met him, though. And Clara was my grandmother's first name. Clara Rand Jones, 1889 to 1967. So that's kind of equivalent to Grandpa, isn't it now? Anyway. Cemeteries are interesting places, no doubt. So many interesting people buried in them. Ina Rand Wellington. If you want to see my photographs, that's easy enough. Instagram and Facebook. Traveling for History for both of those. I also post them to Google Maps, by the way. Under PA. But if you were to type in Lakeview Cemetery, you'd likely find 30 seconds of a video and the pictures that I'm taking right now. Ooh, this what is this, lichen? I don't know what that is. 1867, 1950. I think it's raining. I get for not wearing a jacket. I'd rather have rain though than bird poop. Kind of random thoughts there. Paul K. French, 1897 to 1982. I hope he was healthy to live all those years. All right. Let's see. Now we have the Jameson family. It's a lovely headstone. Or a marker, anyway. Look at that beautiful detail work right there and there. I think that's really gorgeous. I don't know what that type of floral that is. If you know, though, please let me know in the comments below. May Crane Hannah Jameson. Boy, I can't tell her birth date at all, but she died in 1986. Can we tell through this? No, totally obscured. That's a shame. Ooh, yeah, all this stuff is such a shame. Yeah, I have no idea what their first name is. Don't even know the last name. Ooh, what is that? You know, you should see that in person. It looks a lot worse in person than it does on camera. because it looks kind of fuzzy. Yeah, I wonder if there was a tree there. I wonder if there had been a tree stump that was removed. But it definitely looks fuzzy. Let me get closer to that for you. Do you see? Huh. I don't even want to touch it with my cane, that's for sure. This one is unreadable. A little... Last name is Jameson. I can't make out anything else. Stone, and then there's a Smith behind it. Can you see that? I think you see that. Huh. Interesting. Well, this last name is Stone. I think it's Fran. Fran something Stone. Man, I can't make that out at all. That's a shame. You know, when we're living, we can talk about this stuff. But once we're dead, we can hope that someone would maybe do a genealogy on the family, or someone like me may do some research to see who these people were. But when the stones were unreadable, we're just SOL. Sorry, out of luck. Francis Stone Woods, born at Hardwick, Vermont, December 16, 1903, died at Waterbury, Vermont, January 19, 1948. Wow. Well, she was 45 when she died. But man, that's young, folks. That's young. Oh no, she was 44. She was 44 when she died. My bad. And you see this marker here shows us the edge of this particular plot. It's a plot marker. Ooh, I missed a couple. Oh, so bad. Stowe is the name of this family. Let me zoom in so you can see that. Stowe, like the name of the town. And then we have Carl B., 1899-1985, and his wife, Vera D., 1899 to 1985. Wow, same years. I wonder if they died together. Oh, and another one of those water faucets. Love these things. They're all over the place here. And not just here. Other cemeteries I've seen them in as well. Who's this? Burley E. Brother, 1883-1941. Huh. I have no idea which family he goes with, though. Could it be with the Lambkin Roberge family? Willis Jennings? Stowe? Beats the heck out of me. Although that one has an S over there. What is this? This is also an S. So he's probably a brother to one of these two over here. Well, I'm going to guess he's brother of Carl. The first one we saw right here, that he's Burley E. Stowe. Holy cow. James Edward and Eveline Morissette Jennings. He lived from 1929 to 2020, and she lived from 1939 to 2016. This is Eric. Maxine might be the other person. Hokenberg. And over here we have Sal's. Mother and father, Annette Morgan, 1861-1958, and father, Horace, 1863-1962. Grace M., 1897 to 19, I think that's 69. Is anyone on the other side? I always recommend walking around a headstone because there could be something written on the other side. In this case, it's the family name again, and sure enough, there are more people down here. And who are they? Barbara C. Davison, 1894 to 1967, wife of Carol M. Sauls, and Carol M. Sauls, 1893, 1976. All right. I mean, look at the center here. Lots of graves right here. Holy cow. Including a couple of flags. This one and the one farther down. Okay, we have Hall Barstow. Oh, more Smiths too. Smiths on the other side here. We have Grace Smith Lilly. We have Dora Freeman and Charles Plimpton Jr. And then we have Charles P. Smith III, Vermont, 1st Lieutenant, 304th Infantry, 76th Division, World War II, September 27, 1922 to March 7, 1945. You know, if I may say, when I filmed the Cornwall Remembers, the war memorial in Cornwall, Vermont, one young man was killed at the Verdun front one day before the armistice was signed, which ended World War I. You may recall it was supposed to be the war to end all wars. Perhaps political leaders should have taken heed to that, eh? But to know that the war was going to end in 1945 in August, and he died in March, just anyway, I wonder there's a C.P. Smith school in the New North End of Burlington, and I wonder if this is the Smith family. For whom the school is named. He owned a car dealership. I think it's Heritage Ford. I think that's what it's called now. I think that's what it started as C.P. Smith Ford. But I don't know if this is the family or not. But it's such a shame. I mean, the flag is lovely and all that, but practically everyone wants their loved one alive with them. Who else? All right, so this is Hall Barstow. And we have somebody Vaughan Hall, 1878 to 1951. That is really hard to read. Still can't make out the first name though. Mary Robertson Hall, 1878 1958. These two were born the same year. I wonder if they were twins. I wonder if that was Harriet Vaughan Hall. Because I never know who I'm going to find when I'm walking a graveyard. Do you? Unless you're actually looking for someone. This is a Barstow. Dorothy Hall Barstow, 1906-1978. Alton Wilson Barstow, 1903 to 1982. I'm not sure that's a 3 or an 8. See right here? I still think it's a 3 though. Could be wrong. And this marker says World War veteran. If you like my content, I would ask that you subscribe to my channel. I still upload every day of the week. It's April 22, 2022. How cool is that? And I'm at 164 subscribers. Yay! Gained 6 recently. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. I'm also on Facebook and Instagram under Traveling for History. I'm on Twitter, Traveling for HI numeral 1. So HI1. Don't want to spell out the word 1. It's just number 1. Thayer. All right, so we have Frederick, maybe? Thayer. Oh, I have no idea the years on this at all. Joy R. Thayer, 1897-1975. At least hers is readable. And there's Upton. There was a store on Church Street called Upton's. I think, I'm trying to think what kind of store that was. It was so long ago, I don't actually remember. Oh my gosh. Memory is not what it used to be. So this guy was a doctor. I think that's MD. Hiram Eugene Upton, MD, 1908 to 19, I think it's 84. Could be 64. Sarah Perkins Upton. I just can't tell you the years. Well, 1946, she died. Waldo Jesse Upton, 1871-1949. And Doris Dodds Upton Sternberg. I think it's Sternberg. 1903-1994. Holy cow. Here we have Parkhurst Winslow. And that's unreadable. This is unreadable. Josephine Flanagan, Manson, Parkhurst, 1875-1947. If I'm not mistaken, there is a building down on Main Street with Parkhurst on it. It has an interesting roof line. For those who can remember this better than I can, if you could just put something in the comments below. Someone who's, I think, a lifelong Vermonter who watches my videos. Maybe you know, Chad, what I'm talking about. If I got it right. Something Richard Parkhurst, 1877-1950. Here we have, behind us, Bruton. Oops, sun is definitely going down. Isn't that beautiful, though? Wow, that's gorgeous. Last name I think is here is Moore. And Elmer Bruton. He died in 1947. But I have to say, there's this flag here, right? That was for C.P. Smith. And then there are some flags over here too. And out of the corner of my eye, I can see it waving. And I keep thinking there's a human standing there. It is very disconcerting. All right, Saint Germain. Carl A. Helene N. Oops. Arnold F. And Catherine J. And then we have another bunch of Smiths right here. Oh, yeah. Well, please interpret that for me and then let me know what that says. Well, it definitely says Smith. But no idea what it says. Let's see, born 1879 maybe, died 1961. I wish you could smell it out here. The smell of grass growing, you know what I mean? That early spring smell of grass in the air. Doesn't really, well, maybe a little bit of dirt, but I wish you could smell it. I wish I had smell-o-vision for you, for this. I love this smell. And look at these flowers. I don't know what these are. I never know what flowers are. But, wow. Oh, and who is this? Definitely a Smith. Ernest Edwin Smith, 1877 to 1964. All right. All right, so let's go to these things here. I really, this was what made me stop, was for these three things right here. And you see that we have probably a soldier. Get back some. I have to say, the camera makes it look a lot brighter than it actually is. Julian Bruton Clark. Second lieutenant. I think that's lieutenant. Son of Julian Bruton Clark and Louise Jocelyn Clark, born 21 March 1921, killed 27 September 1943 near Salerno, Italy. Salerno, Italy. Probably I've not watched enough Godfather movies. Well, it's really a shame that I cannot capture this at all. It's so dark. Is this marble? What is this marble? Louise Jocelyn Clark, wife of Julian Bruton Clark, born 30 October 1886, died 5 September 1953. So about 10 years after her son died. And is this one even readable? Julian Bruton Clark, husband of Louise Jocelyn Clark, born, don't know the number, 7 October 1891, died 6 November 1958. You know, there's so much room still, but nothing else written about him on his headstone. Interesting. It appears to be, oh, it's the feet holding it up. How fascinating is that? If I hadn't moved back, I wouldn't have noticed that. See, this one is more like a lid on a chocolate box, if you will. And, oops, and the, walked, stepped right into a hole. And the son's is also like that, just like his dad's. But hers is more delicate. It's really quite beautiful. I think this is marble. Looking at this portion right here, looks like marble. And can I capture that down there? Maybe. All right, well, it's getting too dark now to film, but anyway, this is Patricia, and I'm traveling for history. If you like traveling with me, subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate it. Follow me on the social networks. I respond quickly to questions and comments. You would ask folks in different groups. I tend to have my phone in my hand anyway, if I'm at home. If I'm out and about, no, I have it on my hip. But anyway, if you'd like to come along with other adventures, please do. I have quite a list for tomorrow. Today is Friday, April 22, 2022, and I have a lot on my list for tomorrow. I don't think I'm not going to get through them all, but looking forward to driving, and then driving a few more miles. But it'll be worth it. Looking forward to these places to share them with you. All right, well, this is Patricia, and I am traveling for history. Until I see you tomorrow, have a fabulous night. Thanks for watching.